Steelers, surprisingly, this offseason, they've been making a lot of moves, filling up holes, which they usually don't do in free agency or trades or the draft even.
Hey, wait, you
usually
said
just
filling up holes? That's what this guy does. Get it? Because it's a defensive tackle. Okay. Floor is yours. We really need to get the co-host guy. No. That's so much better than the boo.
Did I hurt your feelings?
No. No, I'm saying the co-host guy no
I
would be
know.
like more entertaining.
Tom, get on that. Anyways,
Yeah, Tom.
you
Yeah,
need to
main
follow
host
him
guy
back,
of
Fanatics.
podcast. What'd you say?
I said you need to follow him back, Fanatics.
I'll do that right now. Keep
Anyways,
talking, though.
while you're doing that, the Steelers signed Larry Ogunjobi to a one-year deal worth up to $8 million with incentives. Earlier this offseason, Ogunjobi actually signed a 3-year, $40 million deal with the Bears, but it was voided because of Ogunjobi's foot injury from last season. This continues Ogunjobi's career in the AFC North because he was drafted by the Browns in the 3rd round in 2017, and he spent last year with the Bengals, and now he's going to the Steelers, so of course in a couple years he'll be with Baltimore. The PFF grades don't really love Ogunjobi. That's one thing you'll hear a lot, but he's racked up some good volume stats. He had back-to-back 5.5 sack seasons with the Browns in 2018 and 19. Yeah, like you said, it's a lot more impressive coming from the interior. And last year, he was a huge force for the Bengals' defensive turnaround when they went to the Super Bowl. He had 7 sacks. With the Steelers, we talked about a couple weeks ago how Stephon Tuitt retired, and that left a giant hole, even though he didn't play last year.
I'm going to put up some stats. I want you to be quiet for a sec, all right? I just looked them up.
You got stats?
I got some stats. It's actually one of my favorite websites. It's actually Football Outsiders. I don't know if you like that website. I like it for
Never heard of
play.
it.
No, that's a lie, right?
I'm the one who told you about it and where to get the stats.
Oh, is that true? Because that's like DVOA.
Yep.
I forgot, yeah. So I really like the stop rate stat. Ogunjobi, advanced stats versus the run. He had a stop rate of 75% last season, which is actually really not that good. I kind of see why PFF might not like it. It was 30th. However, in 2019, he was 5th with a stop rate of 88%. 2020, 57th ranked, 63%. Versus the pass, he really has not been that great. This last season, he had a stop rate of 85%, and that was ranked 61st. 80% this season before that. That was 28th. I need that explained to me. How his stop rate went up, and it was 23 spots lower. 33 spots lower. And then the year before that, 2019, it was 90% for 30th ranked. What?
I was going to say, everybody, just take a moment. This is a first in the JMTD show history.
What I'm going to do with those stats is kind of agree with PFF. Larry Ogunjobi is not a bad player. He will be an impact player, but he's not really. I don't know if I would put him in top 10 to 15 defensive tackles. Maybe, yeah. I don't know if I'll put him top 20. I mean, could I name 20 defensive tackles off the top of my head? No,
probably not.
I don't think anyone really can. Because what? Like Aaron Donald, DeForest Buckner. I'm already Eric Armstead. No, he's a defensive end, right?
And you're done.
Yeah, Eric Armstead's not top 3 though. That was just a name. I was just letting that be known. Okay. Oh, Cameron Hayward. Oh, stupid. Come on. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Like, he's a good player, but I mean, PFF doesn't like him, and he doesn't have great stop rate numbers, which really is one of the more important stats, at least against the run, because for defensive tackles, because against the pass, it's like, I don't really know how I should value a stop rate against a pass for a defensive tackle.
And people like the sack numbers and whatnot, but that's not really where defensive tackles get their bread and butter. That's just a handful of plays over a season.
Or if you're Aaron Donald good, so.
Outlier of all outliers.
And DeForest Buckner, too. Don't forget him. He's a good pass rusher.
Cam Hayward, too.
Yeah. It's really the top 3 are the great pass rushing defensive tackles, and after that, it's just like, I might get 7 sacks.
Yeah. But we mentioned, as we've kind of outlined, he's not very good, but
Larry Ogunjobi
he's not as good
average.
as I thought he was going to be when he came out of the draft. I thought he was going to be really good. He's just been solid, mediocre. But the Steelers.
He's been a guy, I guess you could say. Like he's been there.
I do like the signing for the Steelers because, as I mentioned, Tuitt retired, and they do have Cam Hayward and Chris Wormley are probably going to start at the ends, and Tyson Alualu is returning as the nose tackle. He only played 2 games last year, but he was one of the best defensive linemen in all of football in 2019 and 20. So Ogunjobi can play either the nose or an end, so he's probably going to kind of be like a fourth starter, spelling both Alualu and Wormley.
Yeah.
So maybe with lesser snaps, he can be more impactful. And Alualu is 35 years old, and he's probably going to retire after this season. So Ogunjobi will probably take over for him.
What's his contract, Ogunjobi?
It's just a 1-year deal.
Oh, okay.
It's worth up to $8 million in incentive. So if he shows well enough, the Steelers can re-sign him. But if he shows too well, maybe he signs a huge deal elsewhere, like the Bears tried to sign him. And this also impacts DeMarvin Leal, who the Steelers drafted in the 3rd round. I thought he was going to have to play a huge role immediately, but now he can sit back and learn without immediately being thrown into the fray.
Yeah.
So that's good for him. I think it's a solid signing, not world-breaking, but it improves the team as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, I was not trying to, like, diss him when I brought up, like, the stop rate and all that. By the way,
you hate Larry Ogunjobi?
Well, no, I'm saying I wasn't trying to say he was, like, terrible.
I know.
Yeah. By the way, I just did that on the fly. Like, I did not prepare that. I saw the opportunity to, like, one-up you for once. Because you were saying how his PFF stats were bad, but you didn't mention them. So I was like, it's my time to shine. So I came in.
I can't believe it. You got it.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, it helps. That's all I can put it. That's like, I don't know.
We're at the end of June. Like,
anyone left?
We're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like,
not really. There's some good receivers left, though. You got Odell.
Julio's out there. Will Fuller's out there.
Will Fuller's still out there. Oh, yeah, because he's like I'll go off for 6 games, then my ACL/I'll take steroids.
One of those guys is probably going to end up in Baltimore, I think.
Has to. I would. Oh my. Oh Jesus! Oh, I thought I was
having technical difficulties.
No, I thought my camera was about to fall. I thought I was about to get really mad. No, Odell and Lamar would be. I hate the Baltimore Ravens, but you should too. Don't lie to yourself. But
I'm an objective fan.
My God, would those two be fun to watch?